I've always heard that he was mainly a broker, but he was a good judge of dogs, and he knew where all the good dogs were. So he would, if somebody needed a good dog, he'd go back in the days when prices were different. He'd buy a dog for $200 and sell it to someone else for $500, and it'd go directly from that person to the other one, so there was no cost.
Well, I don't have to see where you're.
Yeah, but he knew they were good dogs, and so consequently he had all these good dogs that he had sold, and got a reputation for putting out good dogs. When I knew Carver, he was a young dog man then, and I mean, of course, I was a lot younger, but Bob Hemphill and Bob O'Neill and George Sadler, some of those guys were trying to help him. And in fact, Bob Hemphill asked him, he said, well, Maurice, they don't pronounce his name Maurice, he said, Maurice, why don't you breed dogs? He says, well, Bob, I don't have the patience for him to grow up. I can't wait for him to grow up, so I'm never going to be a breeder. And that's interesting because he actually did become a fairly good breeder, I think. But there was only a core of dogs that he was breeding himself. There was apparently a lot of these other transactions going on too.
Well, that's where I kind of get mixed up. Every now and then they'll say it's a Carver bred dog or whatnot. And to be honest with you, you really didn't see him, or if you looked at the certain pedigree, I couldn't figure out why they were calling it a Carver dog, other than he sold it.
Right. And I think he really gave pedigrees with his dogs. So you weren't always certain how they were bred.
Some other honey bunch. I've never heard of any litter mates or any other particular dogs off that same breeding or being litter mates to that dog. Have you ever come across anything as far as?
No, I haven't. And there's always been the question whether she was really by Bully's son or not. And I know that James Crenshaw and what was his partner's name? Well, anyway, you know his partner's name.
Garrett?
Not Garrett, but I just can't think of his name. That was James Crenshaw's partner. Well, anyway, Martha told him to come get this female because now that it's right after Bully's son's match, he says now that Bully's son's quit, he's not going to be able to sell this female anyway. So it was a gift, and she turned out really great. Now I don't know if they knew about any brothers or sisters to her.
See, I'd read somewhere about that and whatnot, but the same thing that you're just saying, that at the time Bully's son had quit, and it's one of the reasons that I heard it was even a gift that they didn't even buy the dog. You know, but who's to say? And that's why I'm just trying to find out if anybody has ever heard of any litter mates. And to my knowledge, as of right now, there's nobody ever had another dog off of that.
Yeah, I haven't heard of it.
No, I've written the ADBA just to see if there's any dogs registered under that sire and dam, and other than Honey Bunch, they don't have anything as far as that goes. Just a lot of speculation as far as Honey Bunch and Maurice Carver and whatnot. Are you familiar with the Bully Son dogs? Have you ever really ever worked with them particular type of dogs or see them a lot?
I've seen them. I haven't worked with them.
The reason I'm asking is I'm asking maybe because of course we'll never know how she was really bred or if she was really bred the way she says she was bred. I'm looking for similarities as far as maybe if you can, since you've seen a lot of Bully Son dogs, is she typical of a Bully Son dog?
From people that I've seen, people I've talked with have seen her said that she was. She had similar disposition. And of course she had ability. And so I suspect that she probably was bred that way. I'm not happy about that because I'm not high on Bully Son. A Jeep I love. You know, both dogs I know only by reputation. But so I'm not eager to have him be a grandson of Bully Son, but I think that's probably the way it was.